Mr. Speaker, I have two statements. With your kind permission, I would request that I take both of them. Firstly, Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding the exclusion of alternative provision of basic education and training institutions, formerly known as APBET institutions, from the education framework. In the statement, the committee should state the number of APBET institutions operating in Nairobi City County and within the nomadic communities across Kenya, indicating their respective enrollment figures. Number two, explain the failure by government to recognize APBET institutions, consequently denying them, the institutions and their learners access to national and county government support and services, including capitation, which are available to other comparable learning institutions. Number three, clarify whether the government intends to formulate regulations for APBET institutions that are feasible and distinct from regulations for conventional schools, and if so, provide timelines for the same. And finally, Mr. Speaker, highlight any initiatives taken by government to ramp up enrollment of learners to APBET institutions, especially within the nomadic communities where the population is largely excluded from formal school systems. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, is a statement pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing on the ownership of Karioko Estate in Starehe constituency, Nairobi County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, clarify whether the residents of Karioko Estate are the lawful owners of the housing units as per the terms outlined in the tenant purchase agreement of 1965 and further avail that tenant purchase agreement to the Senate. Number 2, explain why rent for the units is being remitted to a special kitty instead of direct remittance to the county government of Nairobi City. And thirdly, Mr. Speaker, disclose the identity of the entity receiving rent from the units, outlining any existing agreements between the county government of Nairobi and that entity. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tuma. That statement is dropped. Senator S.C. Kenyure.